What's up, you guys? So, the way I present this video today is going to be a little bit different from my normal videos because I don't feel like this is tea. Like, I don't feel like what's going on with the Scott sisters and specifically LaTocha Scott's husband. I don't feel like it's tea. I feel like it's more serious than that. And I've been made aware of some things that lead me to believe it's more serious than that. And yesterday, Tamika Scott put out a video and she brought light to what LaTocha Scott's husband said on the show. She, in this video, says that he made a threat against her. Some of you might have heard it if you watched the episode on Sunday. If not, she is going to replay it for you here, but she's calling attention to the words that came out of his mouth and him threatening her. And I think it's important to take serious what she's saying, take serious what he said, and take serious what she's saying. She's talking about her own family, but she's putting it out there, I believe, for a reason. So I want to share with you what she said and also what Nicci Gilbert has also shared about LaTocha Scott's husband.
I felt when I saw it that he made a threat. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm just tripping. But then I saw a lot of DMs. They was like, did he just threaten you? Like, what are the consequences? How are you going to threaten me for the truth? That is crazy. Like, y'all know y'all stole from me. And I said I was going to stop talking about it, but don't make it seem like I'm crazy. They're going around doing interviews trying to make people think I'm crazy. If I was crazy, my mom would have had me on medicine. They would have had me in counseling. And that's a stigma that we have as African Americans. Like, oh, if you go to counseling, you're crazy. That don't mean you're crazy. Going to counseling makes you healthy. I've heard couples say they go to counseling once a month and their relationship is great. I'm finally realizing that, Tamika, you're enough. All these years I didn't feel like it. All these years I was in the shadow. And I didn't mind being in the shadow. I didn't mind being in the back, cheering and rooting. I love that. But yeah, I was a little hurt when I saw my sister, and because she just was like, she just let him say whatever. I felt like that was a threat.
My name come up.
You and Rocky stole my money. Mama didn't say nothing.
I'm sick of being called out by Tamika. Because when you screen somebody name, you got to deal with what come with it.
So I'm just trying to figure out what the consequences. So I'm waiting on the consequences to see what those are for telling the truth. I know he got something coming. Because I don't know if y'all watched R&B Diva. It was a confrontation where on R&B Divas, he got into it with Nicci Gilbert's husband. And I was told, allegedly, I took that for candy, that he pulled a gun out on her husband. And after that, it was no more R&B Diva. And I heard Nicci say that she talked about the situation online, and she was saying that her husband's life meant more than that show. So, I mean, he's known to be a bully. He's known to pull guns out. He pulled a gun out on this guy named Lawrence, this producer. And Lawrence he had to go to the hospital and he had a stroke. So, my sister's husband, he's a bully. He's a bully. If y'all ain't figured that out by now, he's a bully. So I'm just trying to figure out what the consequences are, Rocky. What are those consequences? And you're not going to threaten me like you threatened them. You're definitely not going to pull a gun out on me like you did them. Because guess what? My God don't play with.
So I want to get a little deeper into something that Tamika Scott said about LaTocha's husband and Nicci Gilbert and her husband, when she says that Nicci Gilbert said that LaTocha Scott's husband pulled a gun out on her husband. She said he drew a weapon. In 2015, she released a press release and said that he drew a weapon on her husband. So I want to get into that. Nicci Gilbert actually talked about that on a podcast, Pierre's Panic Room podcast, the comedian Pierre. She talked about that in a podcast episode with him. So let's get into what she said.
Hey, we want to produce the show. He said, I don't think people are really trying to see a bunch of has-been watch R&B singers, because he kept it so real with me, right? And it became the huge successful show that it was. And then he later came back, and he was going to get behind the tour. And he was like, Nicci, everything you do from here on out, you have to co-own it. You have to co-own it and license it. So every deal I did from there was about co-ownership and licensing and creating something, giving birth to something is enough for me to be able to say I should be a co-owner of this.
I feel you.
And I didn't know it, and nobody told me. And then when I wised up about it and I realized what was happening and how we were getting off the rails, and we're taking these women who had these incredible careers in music that everybody loved, and it was turning into, let's do what they do on Love and Hip Hop. Let's do what they do on The Housewives. And the final straw being a gun being pulled on my husband, and we doing reality TV. And that's the wrong guy for that to happen. It was about to go, you don't understand.
I don't understand.
To go into a whole nother realm of what this was.
Why he the wrong guy?
Well, anybody's the wrong guy.
That's what I'm saying. Why him?
Well, the reason why I said in this particular reason why I said so in this particular situation is because
he had his
he's
gun.
a guy. No. Well, I'm not gonna say all that. I mean, obviously, he's a veteran Marine, so But
you're Marine.
But what I'm saying, I'm saying is no, and not even for that reason. Not even
Marine shit.
Not even for that reason. But because he's a person who never was on camera, he was never trying to be about that life.
Right.
He was never in the fray of any of that. Right. So those people who just mind their business and stay off to the side and don't want to be brought into the bullshit, when you bring them into the bullshit, then they bout the shit.
On 10.
Right. So then, and it was really a situation where some words were exchanged, and another guy was like, well, he's so big, I better go get my gun. And really, and and they squashed it. I'm not,
right.
But the fact is, in a climate where people are, and it all happened because me and Selena got into this argument, this, clips all over the world. And when I see those clips of SpongeBob, SquarePants, all that shit, I don't think about, oh, she read me. I think about that's the night my husband could have gotten killed.
All right, you guys. So as you can see, the allegations against LaTocha Scott's husband are very serious. It's nothing to joke about, to laugh about. Even him whispering in LaTocha Scott's ear, telling her what to say to resolve things with her own sister. It's not really tea. It's not really funny. Like, it's a serious situation. And so I want to know from you guys your thoughts. What do you think about what he said about Tamika having to face the consequences of accusing him and LaTocha of stealing money from her? She says she has receipts. She doesn't want to bring them out because she doesn't want to press charges, but she says she has receipts, and he says that it's totally made up and that she's going to have to pay consequences for it. Do you think she should go ahead and bring out the receipts and prosecute? Like, should she take legal action at this point? And what do you think about the threat that it seems that he made towards her? I want to know what you guys think. So leave a comment and share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.